Welcome to tonight's class with Yoga with Dora. Come into a comfortable seated position. Relax the shoulders. Take your time to arrive into your centering. Close your eyes. Allow yourself to settle here, taking this little bit of a checking in of how you're feeling tonight. What did you bring to the mat? Notice this familiar feeling that when you're lifting the top of the head up and you're letting the sit bone down and you find the center, the core activates, the spine stabilizing muscles activate, and at the same time you can just relax into this pose and connect to your breath. Remember our yoga practice. Yoga means union, is all about connecting the physical body, the breath, and the mind together. Because if we're only working on one aspect, then we're just cleansing one part of ourselves. We need to clean or purify the physical body, the mind, and the breath at the same time. So notice your posture, notice the breath flowing in and out through the nostrils, this beautiful rhythm of expansion and gentle contraction, and arrive to the class with the mind as well, concentrating on the mind in the here and now, connecting to the physical body and the breath. Just enjoy it for a few cycles. Really connect with the breath completely. Only you and your breath at this moment of time. Making it deep, continuous, silent, subtle. Or actually, if at the beginning of the practice that is not the case, then just observing, allowing it to flow how it wants to flow, and noticing the qualities. And then bring the hands together in front of the heart, connect the thumbs to the heart center, igniting the fire, palms together. Let's tune in with the Om mantra 3 times to raise the energy. You can join in or just let it vibrate through you. Let the sound of the mantra, the vibration of the mantra surround you. Make your intention for today's class. And then relax the hands, open up the eyes. We're going to start with the Kapalabhati breathing. We're going to really connect with this cleansing through the breath. The Kapalabhati is the one when the inhalation just happens naturally and the exhalation is active, not forceful but active, navel to the spine. We're going to do 3 times 30 rounds. If you're familiar with it and you're okay with the faster rhythm, continue with that. If you want to go slower, you're more than welcome to do that. We do about 30. If you're going slower, you'll be doing a little bit less. And then when we stop, you will hear with the breath, just take a big inhalation and hold it in until you feel comfortable. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Lengthening up, try to keep the nice facial muscles are nice and relaxed, so not doing it with the face so much. Shoulders are relaxed. And just the navel coming in and out. If you're new to this practice, you can bring the hands to the belly, hand to the belly, and feel this rhythm as well. It can be quite comforting to know that your belly is moving. Okay, so let's start. Let your breath rest a little bit in between the sequence, the sets, and then we're going to do another 30 rounds. Just resting in between the rounds. And then coming to the final round. And coming to lie down on your back, bring the block underneath if you had one. Just observe the breath a little bit, noticing how you're feeling after the Kapalabhati breath. It's all about cleansing, activating the navel and cleansing the energy in the chest and the heart. Just relax here and allow yourself to settle. Connect with the deep belly breathing now. We are starting a little bit slower, just connecting because the weather is really damp and down, so we're allowing ourselves a little bit of a rest before we warm up. Now take the block away from the head, or if you don't have the block, you don't need to have anything, and then bring it between the legs. We're going to go straight in to creating the heat in the core, but nice and gentle first, interlacing the hands behind. The legs stay down for the first round. On the inhalation, we just tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes, lift the sit bones up. On the exhalation, we come up with the shoulder blade, gaze up to the ceiling. On the inhalation, we squeeze on the block or just the inner thighs together. Come a little higher with the sit bones, keeping the lower back down. And on the exhalation, we're relaxing down. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes, awaken those muscles. Exhale, come up with the shoulder blades nice and high, navel to the spine. Inhale, squeeze on the block, come a little higher, keep the lower back down. Exhale, release back down onto the floor. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, hollow the belly. Exhale, come up with the chest, gazing up rather than in, so not towards the knees, but up towards the ceiling. Inhale, squeeze on the block, come a little higher. Exhale, release. One last one in this version. Inhale, tuck the tailbone up, under, lift the sit bones. Exhale, lift the shoulder blades. Inhale, squeeze a little bit, come higher. Exhale, relax. Take your block away. We're going to come into the second round. So this one we're going to add a little bit of a leg. Now just show it quickly until you rest. Inhale, we're tucking the tailbone under, squeezing the glutes. Exhale, we come up with the right leg and the chest. Inhale, we lift the leg up, so you bring the sit bones up and the lower back stays down. And on the exhalation, release back down and bring the leg down, and we continue with the other side. Okay, gaze is always up, and you're coming up, navel to the spine, lower back stays down, really stable. Inhale, take the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, extend the right leg up, come up with the chest. Inhale, lift the sit bone up a little bit higher, press the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Exhale, come down, bend that right leg back to the left. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, tuck the tailbone under. Exhale, lift the left leg up and the shoulder blades. Inhale, come a little higher, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, hollow the belly. Exhale, right leg up and the shoulder blades lift. Inhale, lift the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Exhale, come down. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, come up with the left leg and the shoulder blades. Nice and relaxed neck. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Come a little higher. Exhale, relax back everything. Bring the knees in. Rock yourself side to side. We are going warming, but it's still not so strong, is it? I don't see your faces anymore when you're wincing at the core, but we all want a little bit of fire at the moment. Let's come into our bridge, bringing the legs back down, hands by the side, chin tucked in. Inhale, tuck the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes, come up vertebra by vertebra. Lift as high as you feel comfortable. Lifting with each breath a little bit higher. Glutes squeezing, core active, thighs reaching towards the ceiling. 5 deep breath in here, firing up the glutes. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. On the exhalation, slowly bring the sit bones back towards the floor. Bring the knees in. Rock yourself from side to side. Hopefully we're feeling nice and warm. And we're going to rock up, massaging the spine all the way. So we're rocking and rolling. And then we're going to rock all the way into a cross-legged. Bring the hands down, shoot the legs back, arriving into our plank. And staying into the plank, stabilizing yourself here. 3 deep breaths. Shoulders rolling back. Core is still nice and active. Notice how quickly you can create this fire. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. On the exhalation, push back into a downward facing dog. And take that doggy for a walk. Bending one knee, then the other. Big stretch here. Letting the head relax. Sit bone reaching towards the back of the room. And then settle into your downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. Let the head release. Letting go of the day, of the week. Active core. Nice, lovely spine. Exhale, 3. Inhale, look between the hands. Step forward with the right leg, left leg. Arrive to the top of the mat. Release into the forward fold. Bend the knees if you feel that it will feel more comfortable. Inhale, come up halfway, look up. Exhale, release. And inhale, come all the way up, reach up, extend into your mountain. And come back into Samasthiti. Roll the shoulders back, stabilize here. Root down, feed the four corners of the feet. Lengthen the top of the head up. First sun salutation variation. Inhale, lift the legs and reach up, extend the palms together. Exhale, dive down, navel to the spine, let the head hang, relax the head down. Inhale, come up halfway, look up, lengthen the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, step back with the right leg, left leg, arrive into the plank. Inhale, on the exhalation, bend the right hand, come down onto the right elbow, and then come down to the left elbow. Inhale, lengthen up into plank with the right hand, left hand, arriving back to the plank. Inhale, and on the exhalation, lower yourself completely, elbows staying close to the body. Stretching the feet away, hugging the pelvis to the mat. Coming up to our first cobra, lengthening up, exhaling, releasing, tucking the toes under, and pushing back into a downward facing dog for 5 deep breaths. Letting the head hang, breathing deeply. Just realigning with the monitor a little bit. Hopefully it's still working. Yes, it is. Stay in your downward facing dog. Nice big stretch. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, look between the hands. Step forward with the left leg, right leg. Coming into your forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, look up. Exhale, release. Inhale, come all the way up, extend the arms. Reach up, lengthen. Exhale, come back into the neutral position. Continue with the second round of sun salutation variation. You never know what's coming. Inhale, lift and lengthen, reach up. Exhale, forward, forward. Let the head hang, relax in here. Inhale, come up halfway, look up, lengthen. Exhale, step back, left leg, right leg, arrive to the plank. You can come all the way down to the plank, or you can come into the up dog, down dog. So slowly just release, hover above, and then push in to the upward facing dog or the cobra. And then tuck the toes under. Press back into your downward facing dog. Let the head hang. Inhale. On the exhalation, walk the hands back to the feet. Let the head hang, release here. And on the exhalation, walk back all the way to the plank. Inhale. On the exhalation, push yourself back into downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, walk the back all the way to the feet. Let the head hang. Inhale here. Exhale, walk out again to your plank. Release here. Inhale. Exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths in here. Try to bring the heels softly towards the ground. Lengthen in the spine, breathe. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 5. Inhale, look between the hands, step forward, right leg, left leg. Arrive into your forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, look up. Exhale, release. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up and extend. Exhale, come back. Probably feel that we're warming up now. Inhale, reach and lengthen, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, let the head hang, navel to the spine. Inhale, come up halfway, look up. Exhale, step back with the right leg, left leg, arrive into your plank. Hover the right leg above. Inhale, and on the exhalation, bring it on the top of the left heel. Lifting up here, either holding this half plank for 3 breaths, or if you want, you can have little dips in the elbows 3 times. Okay, so it's like a chaturanga. It's quite strong. Okay, and then come back after the 3 times or 3 breaths. Release to the floor all the way into your cobra. Inhale, come up into cobra. Exhale, release, tuck the toes under. Push back into your downward facing dog. Lengthen here. Reach back and then inhale, look between the hands. Step forward. Left leg, right leg, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach and extend. Come back. We need to do the other side as well. Inhale, reach and extend the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Let the head hang, relax in here. Inhale, step back with the left leg, right leg. Stabilize yourself in your plank. And then just lift and hover that left leg. Put it over the right heel and either hold it for 3 breaths or coming into these little dips. Elbows are going towards the back of the leg, not to the side. Quite hard to talk while you're doing this. And then come back, release to the floor for your cobra. Stretch the feet away. You can do up dog, down dog if you feel like it. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release back. And then push back into your downward facing dog. Let the head hang, release here. And inhale, look between the hands and step forward with the right leg between the legs and bring the left knee down. Stretch that left toes away. Relax in here and then walk the right hand on the inside, coming into your lizard. Front leg is 90 degrees. Back leg, the hip is further forward than the knees, having this lovely stretch in the front of the thigh. Inhale. Exhale. Now we're going to drop that right leg out. So as much as you can, roll onto the outside of that right foot. Drop the right leg out and then release a little bit deeper with the left hip. One more breath. Slowly rise up. Tuck the left toes out. Walk the hand on the 2 sides of that right leg. Stay here in the lounge. Lengthen the top of the head away. Squeeze the glutes, breathe. 2 more deep breaths in here. Exhale, inhale, give yourself a little hop and press that left leg back. Arrive into the forward fold. Let the head hang here, relax into this pose, allowing yourself to settle. Microphone wants to jump out. Inhale, come up halfway, look up, lengthen. Exhale, release, and then this time step back. The right leg, bring the left leg down, left knee down. Walk the hands on the inside of that left leg. Come into the low lunge on the left leg. Release here. Breathing deeply. Enjoying the breath. Top of the head reaching away from the sit bones. Just really surrender here. Inhale, and on the exhalation, come on the outside edge of that left foot and drop that left leg out, letting the right hip to lower down. Make any adjustment to feel comfortable here. Strong, but still gentle stretch. Only go until you feel that you're in control of the breath, and you can release into the pose. One more breath on this side. And then bring the leg back, tuck the right toe under, bring the arms on both sides and settle into your lunge. 5 deep breaths, hugging that knee towards you. Two more deep breaths in here. Lengthen the top of the head away from the sit bone. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and on the exhalation, give yourself a push to that right leg. Release into the forward fold. And just settle here a little bit. And then inhale, come all the way up, lengthen, reach up and come back. You probably feel you've done that on the hips. Come into the goddess, and you can go just close with the little bend, or you can go really all in depending on how you're feeling in the hips. So you try to find that you go as deep as you can, hips, shoulders, head in alignment, the toes pointing to the corners of the mat. And then make sure that when you open up the legs, the knees are in alignment with the toes. Relaxing here, lengthening here, hands resting on the thigh. And we're just going to add a little bit of a twist here. Inhale, and on the exhalation, bring that right shoulder towards the left knee. Look up above towards that left elbow and release here. And then come back, lengthen up, reach up. Exhale, the left shoulder towards the right knee. Lengthen the top of the head away from the sit bones. Try to keep the legs active. Inhale, come up and lengthen. Exhale, release back into the twist. So you can push with your leg, that you're opening the leg so your knees don't drop in. Inhale, come back, lengthen, go as deep as you can. Exhale, moving to the right shoulder, no, left shoulder to the right knee. And inhale, come up and lengthen. Bring the arms up, lengthen the fingertips away, still in the goddess pose. Inhale, on the exhalation, release the right hand underneath, like creating a cup, and the left hand on top, and release into a side bend. And then come back, lengthen the fingers away. Exhale into the left. So we're going to move here a little bit more dynamically with your breath, and just go as deep into it. Make sure you keep stabilizing your feet, activating the core for your balance, and just move with it. Keep the length in the spine, so you have a beautiful stretch in the side body, but you keep the length. Just release. One more to each side. And then come back to the center. Relax the hands, walk the legs a little bit together, but we're going to go into Malasana. So release down with a little wriggly movement, arriving to the floor. Notice how your hips feel. They should feel quite nice and gentle, just relaxing here. We're going to move into the twist from here. So first we're going to bring the left hand on the inside of that leg, just diagonally forward. And we're going to open up with the right arm, rolling the right arm up. Staying here for 5 breaths, or if you feel that your shoulders allow, then you can come into the bind. So you're bending that elbow and bringing it towards the lower back, and then bending the right arm up and creating the bind. 5 deep breaths. So if you do go into the bind, make sure your shoulders are nice and opening, and you're lengthening the top of the head away from the sit bone. You can even do it with a belt, and just really be mindful that it feels comfortable. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. On the exhalation, release your bind. Bring the hands forward, and then just extend the right leg out. So see if you can come back into really low hips, heel down or up, put something underneath. Lengthen here. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. If you want, you can come back into the same bind, or you can just have the hands forward, okay? 5 deep breaths. Mindful of how you're feeling, lengthening the top of the head away from the sit bone. Nice deep stretch, but nothing too strenuous. Have to keep your balance as well. Exhale, 3. Exhale, 4. Exhale, 5. Inhale, release your bind. Bring back that right leg, and we're going to go into the other side. So if you want, just come into the center. Actually, we can sit back a little bit and then stretch the legs out. Just shake it out a little bit before we go to the other side. Grab a blanket or a block or anything if you need it underneath your heels. And then slowly walk back into your Malasana. Pitta really likes Malasana, just releasing that water or flow of water. Right hand comes diagonally forward. Left hand opens up to the twist, and if you want, you can come into your bind. Oh, there was a big click. It may happen, but just make sure you feel comfortable in the shoulders. You can look up towards over the left shoulder, lengthen up in the spine. Breathe. Really nice and soft. Exhale 4. Exhale 5. Inhale. On the exhalation, release the bind. Bring the hands back. Extend the toes, the left toes out this time. So come back onto your heel. And it may feel completely different from one side to the other. Don't force it, okay? And then move into the bind if you wish to. Or you can just have the hand. So for example, on this side, I prefer just to have the hands in front. Or even you can have one hand in front and one hand behind, and you're lifting up. So you never compromise this length in the spine. Breathing deeply. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. And then slowly bring that left leg back as well. Make your way up to a standing. Bring the legs parallel with each other. And just relax in here. Feel the stretch in the back of the legs. You can just hold the back of the heels, the back of the ankles. Just relax in here. Or if you feel like you can come into rocking from side to side. Listen to your body. Where does it want to go? Stay there for 5 deep breaths. Just relaxing into it. Allow yourself to settle. And then slowly come up halfway, look up, bring the hands to the hips, and inhale, come all the way up, stepping back into the front of the mat. We're just going to finish with one sun salutation variation before we come down to our frog. Stabilize yourself in mountain position, arrive back, lengthen up here. Inhale, reach the arms up, extend. Exhale, release into your forward fold. Let the head hang. Inhale, come up halfway, look up. Exhale, step back, right leg, left leg. Lift the right leg up. Bring it out into the outside of that right leg. Bring it back. Release it down. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, bring the left leg on the outside of the left hand. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, lift it back into plank. And then lower yourself either to Chaturanga, and then up dog or cobra. and arrive back into your downward facing dog. Realign here. Have a lovely big stretch. Extend the sit bones towards the back of the room. Try to bring the heels down. Let the head hang. Inhale. Exhale. Two more deep breaths in here. Really find the length and the space here. Just realigning. Exhale 4. Exhale 5. Inhale. On the exhalation, bring the knees down, cross the legs, and come down into a seated position. We're gonna come into the fire log when we're stacking the legs on top of each other. So both legs are flexed. Either you can just bring them, cross them at the ankles, shin, that you're aligning the heel and the knee together. Or if you wish to, you can lift that right leg on top of the left knee. And if you have a block, you can even put a block between the right knee and the leg, or you can put the leg in front. So the main thing that we're looking at for is that both legs are flexed. You have a lovely hip opener, and you're mindful that your knees are happy. Okay, so wherever you are on that journey, just go with it. You can put the block underneath the sit bone as well. Lengthening up here, rolling the shoulders back. We're gonna come into a side bend. Extend the right hand out, reach the left hand up, and just slowly walk on the exhalation into your side bend towards the right. Feel the left side of the body lengthening. Deep breath. And just 3 breaths in here. And then lengthening up, reaching up, bringing the left hand down, same legs, extending the right arm up, and just walking out to the side bend on towards the left now. Keep pressing the sit bones down, relaxing here. Same leg. Just 3 breaths. And then slowly come back to the center. Untangle the legs. Swap them around. So this time the right leg will be on the bottom and the left leg will be on the top. Find the flexed foot, wherever that foot is. Feel it in the hips, like a double pigeon. And we're starting with the side bend, this time to the right. No, we started that way. So we left side, reaching the right arm up and walking towards the left, lengthening the right side. You reach up, press the sit bones down. Inhale. Exhale 3. Lengthen up and then swap sides. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches up and walk out. So it's a little bit even deeper stretch in that hip. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Slowly come up and lengthen. Untangle the legs and come into a wide-legged child's pose. So we're going to have the legs nice and wide as you can. So we're not going into child's pose, we're going into half frog and sitting on your heels, okay? So just checking how this feels. You can even just have a quick look. What we're going to do is we're going to come a little bit forward and then we're going to walk to the right. So when you walk up to the right, with the left leg, you bring that leg out and you come with the knee and the ankles in alignment. So you just release in here, okay? And then we're going to bring the leg back in. And we're going to do the other side. I'm just demonstrating quickly so you know what you said. So you just release in here. And then we're going to come back. We're going to lift, the hands are here and we're lifting up. And if you can, bringing both legs out and just slowly walking in between and releasing between the hands. So when we're coming to both the frog and the half frogs, what is happening that the weight is never on the knee, but when, for example, we are here and we're going to the, I'm going to the left. So when you're going to the right, left side, you're bringing the inside of that knee down. So you're coming down and you bring the leg as far away as you can. So you feel that the knee and the ankle is in alignment. You have the weight on the inside of that knee and you have this lovely stretch in the front, okay? So that's the feeling we are going for. Let's go. It looks funny, but it's quite nice. So come seated, and if you want, you can come seated on here as well. That's quite nice. Or just go into the right child's pose. Let's walk to the right first. And then bring that left leg out. And then walk that left leg out until you have the weight on that inside of that left leg and you're opening up in the hips. So you should feel a really deep stretch in the inner thigh and the hip, okay? Preparing for the frog. But nothing too strenuous. Nice and easy. So adjust that knee, that you're not putting pressure on the knee. You just have it on the inside. You can put a blanket underneath if this feels challenging. Exhale, 3. Feel with each breath you releasing into it. 4. And 5. Slowly come back. Bring that left leg back in. And let's go to the other side. So you're walking to the left first, bringing the right leg, knee and ankle in alignment. And then walk that leg out, that you're on the inside of the leg, making sure, make any adjustment that you don't have any funny business going on in the knees. And you're just releasing in the inner thighs, groins, hips. 5 deep breaths just to surrender there. Two more breaths in here. And then slowly walk back to the center. So this time bring the hands in front, and then if you want, just bring the legs out and come up high here, okay? That may be quite challenging already. If you want, you can come further a little bit and try to let the knees drop out just gently. You can even rock from forward to back. So you have this opening in the inner thighs, and just relaxing. If you can even bring the chest down and release the legs out, trying to bring the groin towards the floor. Really strong. So mindful, the option is to be high, even the legs close together, and just slowly walking the legs up. That's okay as well. Just make sure that the weight is not on the top of the knees, but on the inside of the knees, okay? Release there. 5 deep breaths. Exhale 3. Exhale 4. Exhale 5. Slowly lift the sit bones. Bring the heels together. Walk the legs together and release into child's pose. I'm going to turn sideways. Release into the child's pose. You feel that you have done that probably. Notice the sensations, maybe any thoughts, highs the breath. Folding into your child's pose. And slowly walk the hands back. Come down onto your back. If you want, you can have the block underneath the head. Bring the legs as wide as the mat. And the arms out in the T position, shoulder height. And just drop the legs to the right. Just relaxing in here. Nice and soft. Gaze can be up towards the ceiling or towards the left. Notice how the knees are feeling. If you want, you can come the legs together and you just come into the twist. So legs together and you just drop out to the twist to the right. Mindful of how you're feeling, okay? The knees, the hips, and just relaxing in there. And then bring the legs back to the center, realign in the center and move into the left. Bring the legs back to the center and finally setting into the happy baby pose. Bringing the knees towards the shoulders, stacking up the legs with the ankles and the knees in alignment. And if you want, you can just hold underneath the knees, inside of the foot or the outside of the foot, Lower back presses down, chin tucked in. If you feel playful, then you can rock from side to side as well. I'm just really enjoying this. The sensation of release in the hip, this playfulness. And then finally bring the soles of the feet together, just holding the legs at the middle of the foot or by the toes. And then bring the legs together and hug the knees in finally. Actually, let's just extend the legs up and come into the dead bug. Shaking the arms and the legs, finding this playfulness in this darkness that is outside at the moment. Shake it, play around with it. Dead bug. And then come back, hug the legs in again. We're gonna rock up into seated position. Just do little rocks if you feel like it, or one big rock, whatever feels comfortable. Come up into seated position. Wow, feels so easy now. Come into cross-legged, half lotus, full lotus, whatever feels comfortable. Grab your blankets, eye pillows, so we can go there after the meditation. The meditation today, we're going to use bija mantras, the seed mantras, and we're going to work with two elements connected to the pitta, which is the water element in the pelvic region, and the seed mantra for this region is VAM, V-A-M. And we're also going to work with the abdominal region and navel, so the whole of this area, the center is in the navel, and the seed mantra, or the third energy center, the fire center, is the RAM, R-A-M. So VAM and RAM. And what we're going to do is we lengthen up, coming to our meditative position. And all we're going to do is first we inhaling into the pelvic region, and on exhalation we're going to chant loud VAM. Then we're going to inhale into the navel, and we're going to exhale loud RAM. And then we're going pelvis, navel, VAM, RAM. Okay? So come into a comfortable seated position, and we just balancing these two energy centers. The energy is connected to the pitta, the fire and the water. So take an inhalation into the pelvis, and on the exhalation, VAM. Exhale out from the pelvis. Inhale into the navel, the abdominal region. Exhale, RAM. Inhale, pelvis. Exhale, VAM. Inhale, navel. Exhale, RAM. Inhale, pelvis. Exhale, VAM. Inhale, navel. Exhale, RAM. Now continue mentally. Inhale, pelvis. Internally chant VAM. Inhale, navel. Internally chant RAM. Inhale, pelvis. Internally chant Ram. Inhale navel. Internally chant Ram. Inhale pelvis. Exhale Ram. Inhale navel. Exhale Ram. And now just stay here. Feel the energy in the pelvis and the navel area. And then release it and make your way into Shavasana in your own time. Deep relaxation. Lying on your back, legs about hip distance apart, feet dropping out, arms comfortable distance away from the body, palms facing upwards if you can to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Bring the chin in slightly to create length in the neck. Allow the whole of the spine to relax in the pose. And just arrive into our final posture, Shavasana. Let yourself sink in here, surrendering to the pose and allowing this union of the physical body, the mind and the breath come together. If we only work in the physical posture, physical body, we will only have change in the physical body. If we want to have a healthy body, a calm mind, then the easiest way to do that is to connect in each and every single posture, the physical posture and the mind, and the bridge between the two, the breath. So notice in Shavasana your physical body. Allow the right leg to relax on the floor. Allow the left leg to relax on the floor. Allow the right arm to relax on the floor. Allow the left arm to relax on the floor. Allow the whole of the spine to relax on the floor. Letting the head relax. Notice how the physical body just connects with what you have commanded it to do. Notice the physical body just melting into the mat. Now notice your breath. Noticing the length of it, the rhythm of it, how continuous it is, that each inhalation is followed by an exhalation, followed by an inhalation again. How it is nice and silent. Now it's got a softness to it. And notice the mind as you anchor it down to this observation of the breath. Can the mind follow this even rhythm, prolonged breath, silent and subtle? Allow the physical body, the mind and the breath to come into this union. When the three connect together, the cleansing, the purifying, the healing happens. All that is just a veil falls away, and you can see the truth. Allow yourself to settle here. Giving yourself permission to hear for a couple of minutes, integrating your practice. bring the awareness back into the physical body. Gentle wiggling of the fingers and the toes. Circling the ankles and the knees. Ankles and the wrists, I meant. I was one step ahead, bending the knees, feet flat on the floor. But hopefully by now you know that you follow the lead of your body. And allow yourself to come back from deep relaxation in the transitional pose of the fetal position. Lying on your side, bringing the knees in. Allowing yourself to settle there before you come into seated position. Our closing posture. Going back where we started. Bringing the hands into the mudra, Anjali mudra, palms together, pressing into the heart center. And observing what is now. In the physical body, in the breath and the mind. Observing. Yoga is actually a beautiful journey of self-knowledge. The more often we step on the mat, the more we notice how does the physical body react to what's happening to us, or how much sleep we have, or what conversations we have, or what do we bring in through the five senses. We notice the effect it has on our mind, on our breath. And all of this data that we become aware of becomes an observation, guiding us closer and closer to our core self. Underneath all the layers. Bring the palms together, creating heat between the palms. And then let the hand rest in there. Open up the eyes in there. Bring the fingers away with a lovely massage. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Hope you enjoyed it.